Joining me now, Terrell County, Texas Sheriff Thad Cleveland. Thad, thanks so much for being with us. It's great to have you back.
Thank you, Allison. Glad to be back.
Of course. So this is obviously a developing situation. Of course, our hearts go out to all of the families who lost loved ones and those who are now traumatized by this horrific incident. But for the White House to immediately make this all about guns yet again and are not able to even define what an assault weapon is, what's your analysis and response to this situation?
You're exactly right. It's a knee-jerk reaction, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. Today, of course, it's Second Amendment. Yesterday, of course, illegal immigration, border security. The day before that, the economy. So no matter what it is, we're going to continue to see it blamed on the previous administration and the successes we had under President Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. They just continue to pass the blame around, and it's just completely unacceptable. I think the primary issue here, which we can all agree, truly boils down to the mental health crisis, which Democrats and liberals just claim to care so much about, but then nothing's ever actually done. And now we have a shooter who actually had a documented history and was discharged from the Army in 2008 because of mental health issues. But apparently there was no follow-up done. So why are these mental health issues seemingly ignored time and time again from the people who preach about it the most?
You know, and of course, I'm a newly appointed sheriff, or actually elected sheriff, and sheriffs prior to me that was out of this office, Clint McDonald, Terrell County Sheriff, you know, he's been saying it for years, the mental health, and that continues to be the same topic that all the sheriffs, local law enforcement, it puts out. The common message is keep the guns out of criminals, and we need some sort of mental health reform. And I've dealt with mental health issues here within, you know, my tenure as sheriff, and we have a problem, and it's something that we need to tackle.
We absolutely do. Yet here we have them continuing to talk about taking away our gun rights. But do you think criminals are ever going to respect that? A criminal has no desire to be a good person, obviously. So why would we assume that they would follow any laws, even if they were to restrict guns? I mean, does that make any sense? That seems to be the ongoing logic with these people. Yet I have a very hard time believing that would ever actually work out.
No, you're right. They're criminals. So it doesn't matter if it's going to be a weapon. It doesn't matter if and a weapon being whether it's a weapon that fires a bullet, or if it's a knife, or if it's a rock. You know, my years in the Border Patrol, we had agents that were assaulted uncountless times countless times with rocks. And people would often tell us, well, how can you consider that an assault? Well, we had agents that were seriously injured. So it doesn't matter what the weapon is. It can be anything.
Absolutely. A criminal can turn anything into a weapon, as you just alluded to there, and it's frightening, but they're criminals for a reason. And I think that also comes back to the issue of these DAs who are, you know, allowing this to happen, these Democrats that are ultimately destroying cities, and no one's being held accountable for letting these criminals run rampant. So that's a whole nother issue. But turning now to the driver who plowed into a plethora of immigrants, if the White House is going to be consistent here, where do you think the call is to ultimately ban the use of cars? I mean, like you said, anything can be a weapon, so why not cars?
No, and like I said, rocks, knives, it doesn't matter what the tool of choice is. And you know what happened in Brownsville is just horrible. And I know they haven't got the toxicology reports back yet. Geez, I hope they don't determine that was done on purpose. It had to have been intoxicated or like I said, maybe not paying attention, but just horrible. And it doesn't matter if they were here illegally or not. Any loss of life. As a matter of fact, I put another illegal alien in a body bag yesterday. We had our third deceased of the year. So any loss of life is tragic.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.